to deal with that insurance company. Boom! The problems keep coming. We help people in this situation every single day, and we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients. Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call 1-800-222-2222. That's 1-800-222-2222.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, you need a law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Berg wins.
One that stands up to the insurance company for all the money you deserve.
Berg wins.
I'm William Berg, and we're ready to fight for you.
Berg wins.
I'm Scott Bemis. You're watching CBS 47.
Stay informed, stay connected with the Valley Cam Network, presented by Table Mountain Sky. CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates. Eyewitness News starts now.
Coming up at noon, another assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump, this time on a Florida golf course. The latest on the suspect and what led to the arrest. And then changes coming to a Madera County intersection after several crashes. What to expect next.
And weather-wise, we're tracking cooler conditions. It's a little cloudy, and there's showers on the way. We'll walk you through it all straight ahead.
This is Murrow and Emmy Award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News at noon.
Former President Donald Trump is safe and moving forward on the campaign trail this week after what the FBI says appeared to be a second assassination attempt. Good afternoon, I'm Adair Spatt. Thanks so much for joining us. We do begin with more on that incident in Florida. The suspect was in court this morning for an initial appearance and had previous encounters with law enforcement. CBS's Christian Benavides has the latest.
58-year-old Ryan Wesley Ruth appeared in a Florida courtroom this morning on 2 charges related to firearm possession. He was arrested 50 miles away from former President Donald Trump's West Palm Beach golf course Sunday after the Secret Service spotted the muzzle of an AK-47 peeking out through the shrubbery and pointed at the former president.
The Secret Service did exactly what they should have done.
Authorities say the incident took place near the 5th and 6th holes, with Trump just 300 to 500 yards away. The agent fired off 4 to 6 rounds, and the suspect then took off in a car. Officials say he left behind a rifle, a scope, and 2 backpacks.
The threat level is high. We live in danger times.
Former Deputy Director of the U.S. Secret Service and CBS News consultant A.T. Smith.
This area where the individual was is sometimes used by the press to try to get a shot or a photograph of the former president when he's playing.
Officials say the level of security was consistent with that of a former, not sitting president. CBS News has confirmed that the former president is meeting with the acting director of the Secret Service today.
The service needs more help.
Leaving the White House this morning, President Biden also said he did not yet have a full report on the incident. The FBI is investigating, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says his office is also looking into what happened.
We also believe that there's a need to make sure that the truth about all this comes out in a way, that's credible.
Trump is holding a rally on Long Island Wednesday, and officials there say they're implementing new security measures. Christian Benavides, CBS News, West Palm Beach.
Thanks so much. And moving on now, turning to weather, is going to be a much cooler Monday than we've seen in weeks. Now let's turn to Anthony Bailey for a look at that forecast.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about a significant drop in our temperatures, and the clouds began building in earlier this morning. I'll start you off right now to look outside. It's our Valley Cam Network. It's brought to you by Table Mountain Sky, and we're taking a look at the CBS 47 studio cam with the skies over Fresno. Nice and cloudy. We could see a chance of sprinkles developing. Take a look at the west side of the valley. There you can see coming over the coastal range. It's a large system, the bulk of the rain actually in Nevada, but we have a winter weather advisory for the mountains, so we do expect snow up around the 8,000 foot mark through 5 o'clock tonight. And we're talking about 2 to 3 inches of it. 60s to 70s right now, and we're not going to warm up much more than that as we head through the rest of the day. You can see here the temperatures down by 11 to 14 degrees cooler for most of the valley. Porterville, a full 15 degrees below where it was yesterday. Medeiros?
In Tulare County, the coffee pot fire continues to burn, with some evacuation orders and warnings still in place. Well, the fire is 79% contained and has burned more than 14,000 acres in the Sequoia. Lightning ignited the fire back on August 3rd. And changes are in the work after several deadly crashes at a Madera County intersection. Take a look at this video. It shows one of the crashes over the past few months near Avenue 12 and Highway 41. Back at the end of August, 21-year-old Brittany Robbins died in a crash involving a semi. Well, the community called for change, and those calls now being answered. Madera County Supervisor Jordan Wamhoff says a long-term reconstruction and widening project will start in early 2025. It will last about 12 to 18 months. Until then, additional safety measures like added signals and patrols will begin on the 18th of this month.
We're going to be closing down Avenue 12 from Riverwalk Boulevard, which is this main street right here, all the way through Road 38. So there's going to be a detour on Wednesday. We're going to be restriping a lot of Avenue 12 here and adding a turn pocket at Riverstone Boulevard Southwest and adding a temporary light signal until the permanent signal comes into place.
For more on the construction, stay with us throughout the coming weeks. Well, the Fresno County Department of Public Health confirming a person in Fresno County has died with the West Nile virus. In 2024, 38 cases of West Nile have been reported in California, along with 4 deaths. Fresno County Health Department says prevention is key with mosquito season in full force. Health officials say you should eliminate standing water from around your home to stop breeding, wear long clothing, and spray yourself with repellent. For breaking news around the clock, you can head over to our website or you can simply just download the app. Well, the 29th Central Valley Honor Flight touching down this afternoon in the nation's capital. The flight took off early this morning from Fresno Yosemite International Airport and is headed to Washington, D.C. On board are over 60 veterans from 7 Valley counties. Now, this trip, there's also 5 women veterans on board. Now, the nonprofit provides the trip to these veterans free of charge, thanks to community donations. For Bob Small, being able to see the monuments, memorials, and much more is so important to him. He said during the morning show that the trip means a lot, especially when he sees the names of those who passed.
These are people that we were side by side in combat, and I think of that, and I think, except for the grace of God, my name would be on that wall, and they just deserve all the honor that we can give them. Those are our true heroes who never came home.
And we do have Catherine Phillips there, who will be reporting throughout the next couple of days, as well as Chief Photographer Kevin Mahan. Well, the honor flight returns this Wednesday, and the public is encouraged to come to the airport and welcome them home. Now, you should get there between 5 and 5:30 at night. And if you would like to apply for an upcoming trip on the honor flight, you can also donate or volunteer on their website. It's cvhonorflight.org. We will also have a link on our website later today, yourcentralvalley.com. Still to come on Eyewitness News at noon, the best in television celebrated at the 76th Emmy Awards. We take a look at some of the highlights and history-making moments. And then the time is ticking for TikTok, but will it be banned for good? More on the latest court hearing after the break.
Today, buying drugs is as easy as sending a text or ordering online. And while not every illegal drug sold is laced with a deadly amount of fentanyl, there's only one terrifying way to find out. Parents, please talk to your kids about the dangers of fentanyl-laced drugs before it's too late.
The Big Fresno Fair is back, October 2nd through the 14th. Don't miss the carnival rides, concerts, horse racing, fair food, and more. Save on admission and carnival ride wristbands at participating Save Mart and Food Mag stores. Plus, get discounted season passes at O'Reilly Auto Parts. The Big Fresno Fair, your spot for food, family, and fun, October 2nd through the 14th.
Big times are back. I got hurt in a car accident. Why should I call the Law Brothers?
Because when you're hurt, you need money. And my brother and I, we don't take tiny checks.
We get big money for our clients. We got a client who had bad facial scarring, $400,000. Another client of ours was hit by a car and broke their leg. We got them a big check for $700,000.
Don't take a tiny check for your car wreck.
call the Law Brothers.
Call 1-800-222-2222 or visit lawbrothers.com.
A lot of guys talk tough on crime, but there's one guy actually doing something about it. Adam Gray.
Adam secured millions to crack down on gangs, sex traffickers, and dangerous drug dealers.
He's taken on both parties to get more agents and better technology to secure the border.
He is a man of integrity, and that's what we really need in Washington.
Adam Gray has always had my back. I'm a Republican.
I'm a Republican.
And so am I. But I'm for Adam Gray because he gets it.
I'm Adam Gray, and I approve this message.
Seriously now, after a car accident, why should I get Berg Injury Lawyers?
Well, because it's our long-standing policy that we only get paid if you get paid. And the more the insurance company pays you, the more they pay us.
So you only get more if I get more?
That's right. It's a true win-win. And at Berg Injury Lawyers, that comes with our no-fee guarantee. If you don't win, you pay nothing. Car accident? Get Berg and get our no-fee guarantee. 1-800-400-BERG.
Coming up our series, wait a minute, Tom, is that you working the camera? Keep leaning out of your close-up.
CBS Mornings, your morning routine just got better.
This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, a federal appeals court heard arguments in the case that could decide the future of TikTok. 170 million Americans use TikTok. Now, the app's Chinese parent company ByteDance is trying to block a law that would ban it in the United States. Their lawyers say that the government has not shown that the app poses a national security risk, and a ban would violate the First Amendment. Well, the law gives ByteDance until early next year to sell TikTok's U.S. assets. Now, Congress passed the ban over concerns that China could access Americans' data and spy on users. Well, history was made at the 76th annual Primetime Emmy Awards last night. Shogun became the first non-English language show to win Best Drama Series. It's the most awarded show ever for a single season. Nichelle Turner has more.
It was a surprise ending.
The Emmy goes to Hacks.
The Hacks cast seemingly in shock as it bested The Bear in the final Emmy category of the night, winning Outstanding Comedy. Jean Smart, the show's lead, also picked up the Emmy for Best Comedy Actress.
I appreciate this because I just don't get enough attention.
The Academy still said, yes, chef, to The Bear.
The Bear, all right?
The kitchen dramedy saw repeat wins, with on-screen cousins Eben Moss-Backrack and Jeremy Allen White winning Best Supporting Actor and Best Actor, respectively, for the second year in a row.
This show has changed my life.
Plus, a surprise win for The Bear's Liza Colón-Zayas as Best Supporting Actress, the first Latina to win in this category.
And to all the Latinas who are looking at me, keep believing and vote. Shogun.
And it was a big night for historical drama Shogun, winning the night's other top prize for Best Drama Series. The show, set in 17th century Japan, also won acting Emmys, with Hiroyuki Sanada winning Best Actor and Anna Sawai overcome with emotion as she became the first Asian woman to win Best Actress in a drama.
This is to all the women who expect nothing and continue to be an example for everyone. Thank you so much.
I think she needs help.
Netflix's Baby Reindeer also dominated. The true story about Richard Gadd, a comedian who gets stalked, won 4 Emmys. Gadd wrote, produced, and acted in the limited series.
And no matter how bad it gets, it always gets better.
The show's host, father and son duo Eugene and Dan Levy of Schitt's Creek, got many of the night's big laughs.
But if it goes well tonight, my name is pronounced Levy, not Levy.
And if things go south, my name is pronounced Martin Short.
I'm Nichelle Turner in Los Angeles.
Thanks so much. Well, still to come on Eyewitness News at noon. In today's Eye on Ag, concerns over the highly contagious bird flu after the disease was detected in Central Valley farms. What this means for the dairy industry.
And we're gearing up to track some snow in the mountains. Yeah, that's right. Stick around. We'll walk you through it all straight ahead.
Premiere Week on The Jennifer Hudson Show. Yes. Experience endless joy, plus your favorite stars and stories that inspire. Starting Monday.
Today at 3, only on CBS 47.
Rudy Salas voted to increase the price of gas by 73 cents a gallon.
He even voted to increase the price we pay for groceries and prescription drugs. We can't afford Rudy Salas because he votes with his party bosses instead of us. David Valadeo is on our side. A bipartisan leader, he's fighting to suspend the gas tax, saving us 50 cents a gallon every time we fill up our tank.
I'm David Valadeo, and I approve this message.
Did you know you can sell an unwanted vehicle and get paid quickly, even if the vehicle is wrecked or doesn't run? Quick Auction and its affiliates sell more of these types of vehicles than anyone in the world. Go to quickauction.com, answer a few short questions, and turn that unwanted vehicle into money in your bank account. At Quick Auction, we have buyers standing by ready to give you an offer on your car, motorcycle, or ATV, and they'll pick it up where it sits. Go to quickauction.com and sell your unwanted vehicle today.
I got hurt in a car accident. Why should I call the Law Brothers?
Because when you're hurt, you need money. And my brother and I, we don't take tiny checks.
We get big money for our clients.
We got a client who injured their back in a car accident, $495,000.
Another client of ours suffered a bad head injury, and we got them $6.25 million.
Don't take a tiny check for your car wreck. Call the Law Brothers.
Call 1-800-222-2222 or visit lawbrothers.com.
CBS 47, the Big Fresno Fair and Central California Blood Center invite you to give blood at the Pipeford Has Blood Drive now through October 14th. Get a buy one, get one free fair admission when you donate. Details at donateblood.org.
At the end of the day, I want to trust the person I'm voting for, and I don't trust John Duarte. He said he'd protect us, but then he voted to severely restrict a woman's right to choose, even in California. He lied to us. I wouldn't choose abortion, but it should be a choice that every woman has. Everyone's situation is different. I'm a Republican, but when John Duarte broke his promise, he lost my vote.
HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Car accident, Berg wins. I'm not sure I can afford a lawyer.
Berg wins.
What if the insurance company offers this, but my medical bills are this?
Berg wins.
I need somebody to deal with the insurance company.
Berg wins.
I'm William Berg. When the insurance company tries to pay you less, we fight to win you more. And with our no-fee guarantee, if you don't win, you pay nothing.
My wife and I called.
My cousin called. My mom called.
All right, I'm ready to call.
Are you?
Call 1-800-400-BERG.
We are EPU. Look at all we do. EPU offers support to parents that can be vital in navigating your family's unique journey. Connect with EPU staff, other parents, and share your challenges and triumphs. At EPU, you belong. Contact us today.
Sliced fresh sandwiches, poured of subs.
Welcome to this week's Eye on Ag. I'm Anthony Bailey, and joining us is the CEO of the Fresno County Farm Bureau, Ryan Jacobson. Hey, we're talking about avian flu. It's been around for a little while now.
Yeah, it's been around, but it's been around on the bird side. But now we're having a transmission over to the dairy side, and this is big news for California agriculture. It was already found in 13 other states since March, but here just recently it was found in California. And this is a problem because basically it makes the cow sick. Our food supply is 100% safe. Milk is pasteurized and it's safe to drink. But from an animal health perspective there, it is worrisome.
Now, we know we have a large amount of dairies here in our area, Tulare, Fresno County. What type of impact could that have on the milk?
We're concerned about the long-term implications. Is how long is this going to be around? It does affect the health of the animals if they happen to catch it. So we are in quarantine status right now for a lot of our dairies, just trying to protect as much as we can from it from spreading. But the most important thing is that we're trying to do everything we can to keep both the cows and people safe through this event. And most importantly, our food supply is safe and there's nothing to worry about when it comes from California.
Talk to us about farmers long-term. The cows typically have what I would think of as a shelf life. They may have another term for it in the ag world, but how do those cows catching this potentially impact how long they could produce milk?
So the length or duration is affected potentially if you don't catch this early enough. So we have to make sure our dairy employees are looking for cows that may have signs or symptoms of this as early as possible, because just like humans, the earlier you step in, the more likely you are to get over it. But if you do wait too long, it could be problematic and could affect the long-term health of the cow.
All right, always keeping our eye and our finger on the pulse of what's going on with ag here in the Central Valley. I want to thank Ryan for coming in, and that will do it for today's Eye on Ag. All right, and of course, we've got a lot more there online. Head to our website, yourcentralvalley.com, and click on Eye on Ag for the latest with what's going on around the Fresno Farm Bureau and other bureaus here around the Central Valley. Bringing it back out here live, of course. We've got cloudy skies that we began with early this morning, and now we're factoring in a little wet weather out for parts of the mountains. Let's begin to show you what's going on this hour. A look at the Valley Cam network. We're talking cloud-filled skies in the CBS 47 studio cam on today. And take a look at pinpoint Doppler radar. You can see that low making its way right through the middle of the state there, that counterclockwise flow. Showers actually falling, measurable rain on the Nevada side of the border. And then we're tracking along the Sierras. There's some measurable snowfall to our north. It could be slowly moving down in our direction. Starting to see some light returns in and around the Yosemite area. You could see more of that stretching further south through the drive time home today, and that is exactly why we have that winter weather advisory in place for the mountains. So we're looking at snow up around the 8,000 foot mark. We're talking 2 to 3 inches of it. The valley floor largely unimpacted by the wet weather. However, there is an isolated chance we could see a passing sprinkle or two pushing through the area. More importantly, those cool temperatures. 67 degrees right now for you in Merced and Atwater. Good afternoon to our friends down in Lemoore at 70. We're tracking 69 right now in Visalia, and the same for our friends over in Porterville with 40s across the mountain communities there near Shaver. As far as the big picture, the big cool down is topping the weather headlines here for the next several days. In fact, compared to this time yesterday, we're down a full 11 degrees in Fresno with a 14 to 15 degree drop there across the South Valley. It's a noticeable change, almost sweater weather as you head out the door for most areas. Light jackets in the forecast for tonight as well. There are light winds flowing in out of the north and out of the west for you there from Los Banos to Merced. And then generally we're staying in the good air quality range, which is certainly good news for folks that'll be outside that have breathing issues. No problems there. Got up to 87 yesterday. 91 is what's normal for this time of year. Morning lows back in the 60s. Now that regional satellite radar shows that upper level low swinging across California. We will see futurecasts bringing about a chance for wet weather in the mountains, continuing through the drive time home. Then as we fast forward to Thursday, Wednesday night into Thursday, that's the next best chance for measurable rainfall here in the valley. Temperatures today in the low 70s from Merced to Visalia. Cooler, of course, in the higher elevations. And look at the extended forecast. We'll bump up to 81 tomorrow, but then right back down in the 70s for that next system that comes in Wednesday to Thursday. And then temperatures do rise again. Skies clear in time for the weekend where we expect to be in the seasonal realm. Right there at 90 and 93 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. Mountain forecast, get ready for it. High elevation snow today, likely still on the higher side for Wednesday and Thursday. But the temperatures will level out in the 50s for much of the week. We'll finally bump it up to 67 by Saturday.
So much cooler, and you could even feel yesterday that there was a shift on the way.
Oh, yeah, but it felt great just to be outdoors and have that cool air hitting you. Of course, still looks pretty good out there, and we're not getting soaked yet. We could use a little more rain this time of year.
Perfect day to go out and maybe go for a jog because it's been so hot recently.
The trails are finally bearable again.
Yes. Well, maybe you walked this weekend. The Mothers Against Drunk Driving held their 15th annual Walk Like Mad fundraiser at Dry Creek Park in Clovis on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's right. The 5K walk, of course, saw 400 community members come out to participate. Now, the goal was to help raise awareness and also some funds in efforts to be able to curb drunk driving and, of course, in drug driving as well.
Well, potentially life-altering actions. MAD calls 100% preventable, like the ones we just talked about. Well, CBS 47 co-sponsored the event, and our evening anchor, Catherine Herr, emceed. The program specialist says that events like this one is essential. They also support victims, survivors, and families that are impacted.
Yeah, so 1 out of 3 people will be impacted throughout their lifetime. I know every 79 minutes, somebody's life is taken in the U.S. every day.
Wow, take a look at that statistic. Well, while this year's walk is over, you can still donate. You can do so by clicking the link on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. An important cause for an important reason.
Yeah, it really is. Folks got to be safe out there. And of course, you know, alcohol and driving, we know don't mix. But it's good to get those types of reminders.
Yes. Well, still to come on Eyewitness News at noon. We'll take a look at how the Fresno community celebrated Mexican Independence Day over the weekend.
The layers to Survivor are mind-boggling. I might be evil, I might be crazy, I don't know.
It's a test.
I'm gonna start chaos.
3, 2, 1, ready, set, go.
I'm John, and I really care what people think of me.
I'm gonna burn down this island.
We'll run things in the shadows.
I'm a wolf in wolf's clothing.
You didn't make the fire, I made the fire. Who knows what's about to happen?
You wanted Survivor! You got Survivor!
A new season of Survivor starts September 18th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Did you know that most of the other lawyer ads you see are from law firms that aren't truly in Northern California? How can you get personal attention if they're over 400 miles away? Call Berg Injury Lawyers, a Northern California original.
All the homes are gone, and the rent's too high. California's leaving. The dreams drifting away.
Support rent control.
You're driving and out of nowhere, boom! You're hurt in a car accident. Now you got medical bills, car repairs, and you got to deal with that insurance company. Boom! The problems keep coming. We help people in this situation every single day, and we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients. Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call 1-800-222-2222. That's 1-800-222-2222.
I just took the first steps for my family.
I took the first steps for my best friend.
I took the first steps for my health.
I took the first steps for a better life.
I took the first steps for me.
First Steps Recovery believes that healing from addiction means healing from within. Recovery at First Steps is strength, compassion. Recovery at First Steps is freedom. Take the first step. Call the experts at First Steps Recovery today.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, you need a law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Berg wins.
One that stands up to the insurance company for all the money you deserve.
Berg wins.
I'm William Berg, and we're ready to fight for you.
Berg wins.
Well, finally from us, today is Mexican Independence Day, and over the weekend in downtown Fresno, the culture was on full display. Take a look.
All right, the festivities taking up about, of course, a half mile of Fulton Street from Inyo to Fresno Street in a beautiful display of Latino culture.
That's right. Well, it kicked off with a parade and featured local bands, local folklorico groups, and Fresno County High School ensembles. That's so cool to see.
Yeah, you gotta love that. It's just great to see so many different cultures of one big melting pot here in the Central Valley. And we're all going to be experiencing some cool weather. Get ready for it. It's a nice cold day for us in the mountains and in the valley.
Thanks so much, Anthony. Thanks, everyone at home. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you back here at 4 o'clock.
Help our Valley kids thrive. Join CBS 47 and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Fresno County at the 28th Annual Stepping Up for Kids Gala, supporting community programs across Fresno County. Friday, September 27th. Get your invite at bcgfresno.org.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
By using third-party financing with competitive programs, your new smile can be affordable and easy. Call Better Life today to see if you qualify.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
I'm Catherine Herr. You're watching CBS 47.
I'm Dr. Roland with Innovative Medical Center. If you're sitting at home in pain, let's see if we can help you like we've helped so many other people with regenerative medicine.
I would recommend it to anyone. I was seeing results inside the first week.
You don't have to feel so badly. And I'm able to do more than I thought I could, and I know I'm going to feel better for years and years to come.
Regenerative medicine helps you get your quality of life back to do the things that you've always wanted to do.
Get an examination and x-rays for just $49. Call Innovative Medical Center today.
First, I was hit by that truck. Then I got hit with medical bills.
When you've suffered a serious injury, the right attorney matters. Call BD&J. We've got this.
Call BD&J today at 1-800-820-1111.
Abrazo Foster Family is looking for foster parents. Become one today and start to build a bright future for tomorrow's little heroes. Call now or go to our website, abrazoffa.net. Because every child deserves a hug.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses. And now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
What? No, these have at least a few hundred years left in them.
I think the kid needs his own. Get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
If your legs are aching and cramping when you walk, you have bulging varicose veins, skin discoloration, or diabetic leg ulcers, South Valley Vascular can help. South Valley Vascular is your trusted partner in vein health. Our dedicated team of specialists is deeply committed to providing advanced, personalized treatments. Each solution is uniquely suited to your health and comfort needs. Experience rapid relief with our minimally invasive procedures. Take the first step toward your journey to better circulation. Contact South Valley Vascular today for a consultation.
Fire Country, Friday, October 18th, part of CBS Premiere Week on CBS.
El rendimiento de Esperanza en el futuro es bajo.